What is up, guys? Rathe here, Great Bearded Gaming Society. We just got run out of zone. So I'm sitting on the bridge between North and South Karana. I just jumped over, and there's apparently another very large shaman over here who's busy beating down these guards who actually tried to beat me up when I ran into the zone. So, that's what they get. But I am going to sit here and recover health and mana. It's going to be a few minutes because I am relatively beaten up. But I will basically catch you guys up, let you see the footage and everything that I've gotten so far from working around on the stray mobs, kind of South Karana, and have a couple of thoughts. We'll catch back up in just a few minutes. So stick around. You guys can watch this while I go and med and rest up, and I'll be right back. All right, gang. So as you can see, our last battle there, why we decided to get a little bit brave, we probably reached a little bit too far. It was a pretty epic battle, really. I mean, there was several points in that where I was pretty sure that we were going to have it and be okay, to be quite honest with you. But then turned about the other way. I think a lot of it came to we had one really bad mistime where I stood up and got double hit and took quite a bit of damage, which just kind of messed up my whole rotation. And again, I've got to keep an eye out for these guys because they're actually threatening to me. Generally, I kind of keep my distance, but we've been right around, mostly towards this side of the zone, and a lot of it has been playing with the pachyderms. I mean, decent amount of hit points, but the resistances aren't too bad. We can stack our dots on them, do a pretty good job. The experience is not gangbusters, but it's also been just good practice in terms of not necessarily just root dotting. Ow. Been able to do that without problem, but mostly just mana management, getting used to using our cannibalization. What's a nice, healthy, safe line for us? Really? Gonna be resistant, huh? Okay. Sit there and just be diseased. But yeah, like I said, we've been taking on the elephants, some of the smaller centaurs. The centaurs are kind of annoying because they all have ranged attack. So you shoot them full of dots, root them to the ground, back up as far as possible. Otherwise, they just keep plinking you with arrows. They hit with arrows about as hard as they do with melee, which is kind of hilarious. But you have to watch which ones that you're messing with, of course, because some of these guys are still nice and bright red to us, and other ones are all the way down to green. So it's kind of finding the ones right in the middle. The really super handy thing, though, was no faction, which is nice. Obviously, like I said, we're in South Karana. There's a couple of other spots, kind of well-known in the zone. We passed one of them on our last adventure when we were jumping across, which of course is KFC. Problem with the KFC is the several times that we've been over there, there has been people swarm kiting in the area, which just not knocking. People do what they need to do to get experience. That's fine, but I don't want to get run over by somebody's swarm kite. That just would not go over well at all. I don't think so. But the super handy thing right now, of course, is going to run around while we were getting our health and mana back from our brave little adventure. A nice enchanter jumped through and gave us clarity, which is always super cool because that can kind of help out. But yeah, like I said, we've been tooling around here. I said mostly on this side of the zone, kind of the bridge side of the zone. We thought about for a brief minute running towards the spires, but the one time that I've run into a knoll so far, he was bright red to me. So I don't think we'd be handling a spire at this level. And I mean, they're pretty much permanently camped anyway, so there's only so much we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and pick a fight here. But generally there's been other people in the area. We just doing the, whatever comes along. What's with the crazy breaks today? We've been just doing kind of whatever comes along that's blue and worth experience. So, I mean, it's been, again, it's not the fastest thing on the face of the planet. But now we get a resist. Just some classic open field. So we'll get braver than normal right now, just because, again, we've got the clarity on, so we'll be able to get mana back even faster with a clarity canny. But yeah, like I said, we're talking back to the level. We probably need to figure out, where's a good, solid place for us to go. A couple of our previous ideas, like I said, unfortunately have somewhat wiped out. We were talking to, in the channel chat, somebody else who was trying to do the giant skeletons while they were in Rathe Mountains area, and he's in the level 29-30 range, and they were kind of giving him a hard time too. So I can't complain too bad that we weren't able to roll them over at only level 24 if he's having a hard time with them. I am going to be slightly upset, y'all, if this turns into some other super epic adventure because he keeps breaking root. As soon as we can actually sit down and med, just let the dot sit for a second, we'll be in really good shape. But yeah, so as I said, this is kind of what we've been doing the last couple days. Just fine. You know what? Just fine. When it be like that, we will stand in front of you. Not where we won't. Oh, we are hit for almost 50 and then immediately stunned. So let's gonna do that and then back up. Watch out for the chicken. All right, so that's marched a little bit. But yeah, like I said, mostly this is what we've been doing kind of for the last couple of play sessions. Like I said, we're right about halfway through level. Like I said, the last couple rounds have been relatively slow, unfortunately for us. Just trying to find a good spot where we can settle in and get stuff done. And it might be time. Like I said, I think I'm trying to remember if I discussed it last time or not. It might be time to just break the comfort zone, right? Just let's get a little brave. Let's try some new and bigger adventures and see what we can do. The risk versus reward. It might be time to dip back into some dungeons. I think we're probably still too small to be able to pull into a high old keep group. As I can hear fleet steps. Where's he at? All right. Plus, we would also need help getting to the goblins because we will be KOS'd everything in there, and we don't get invis until like level 20. Oh, come on. We don't get invis until level 29. So again, we'll kind of see how that goes. Like I said, it's one of the, really just kind of one of there you go. He pulled off. Kind of one of the perils of playing an evil, right? Like it's, it changes how you have to do certain things, just because, your faction's going to be a bit of a problem, right? Some places I could easily walk through with some other characters. This guy can't do because he's kill on sight, and I don't have the skill set to be able to get around it. So I mean, again, it's just when you're playing a random challenge, that is what you run into. Some of the, like I said, areas I would go to a little bit more commonly that were even closer to do, just will not do with this guy because they're just so super dangerous. All that for no loot whatsoever. Yay. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna, I think, jump around in here, try to get kind of better idea of where we can go to really get something done. Not that there's anything wrong with the open field hunting, but the other thing, of course, in this one particular area is there's typically other people out here doing this. So there's lots of competition, especially for the bigger elephants. The little guys are all green, so we're not going to pull any experience off of those guys. Like I said, maybe we're able to move over towards KFC, maybe and catch it at a time where it's not being swarmed under. We shall see. But like I said, that's kind of where we made it to this week, guys. Nothing super spectacular, unfortunately, so kind of apologize for that. Hopefully we come up with a new nifty idea to move us forward going into next week. But as always, guys, if you like what we're doing, please don't forget to like, comment, maybe drop a subscribe down below. We'd love to hear from you guys, especially if you got some ideas for some cool adventures we could do. That would be awesome. But until next time, guys, stay safe, stay distant, stay in EverQuest. We'll see you guys next time. Night, guys.